Let's get started. So as I mentioned, today we are going to start on our belly and just find a comfortable position. So maybe you need to put a blanket under your pubic bone or just below your chest so that you're a little bit higher, and then cross your arms in the front, and you're going to place your forehead onto your arms so that it's a little bit higher and that you can breathe. Don't go too high, otherwise you're going to curve the lower back a little bit too much. And then take a breath in and see if you can release here. Maybe you're sleeping like that, so maybe this gives you very good memories. Maybe this is a position that you don't take a lot. So it doesn't matter. We just want to arrive here. So taking a breath in and feel the back of your back, so the back of your body filling up. And then exhale. You're probably going to feel your body moving up and moving down. So feeling your ribs expand at the back and down. So our belly is pressing onto the floor. Like, don't press on purpose, but our belly is on the floor. So we are not breathing all the way to our belly here. So we really have to fill the lungs and find that space into our back ribs. So 2 more breaths here. And maybe observe what this different way of starting is doing to your mind. Are you like, what is this? Or this is not comfortable, or I don't want to start like this, or I really enjoy this because I'm going to fall asleep again. So just observe what it triggers for you without reacting to the trigger. So we have often a trigger, and out of the trigger comes the emotion. So we have to recognize the trigger. And I'm not saying stopping the emotion, but becoming very aware of what happens automatically into our body. And then with your next inhale, we're going to bend the knees. Your heels will be as on top of your knees. And you're going to move very gently, windshield wiping your legs from side to side. So your hips are going to lift here, the hip bone, as you move to one side and the other. We're really trying to move the lower part of our spine, the sacrum, the tailbone, the hips. So if you're a bit in anatomy, you have this spine coming down, and then you have your hips. So we're really moving that part, warming up. So if there's any pain in the lower back, really move with your breath and go slowly. And then coming back to center, and then lengthening the legs again. So the top of the feet are on the floor. And now, even if your hips are heavy, we're going to see if we can bring the tailbone towards our heels. So our pubic bone is going to lift, and most probably your belly is going to lift as well. And then bring the tailbone towards your head. So curving the lower back. And then inhaling, pressing down, exhaling. The gentle movement with our hips and lower back. And then coming back to neutral. Now place your hands underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Bring the elbows back. Your neck is long. So before we do anything, so your head is still at the same height as if it was on your hands, but it's not on the floor. We want to find that continuity from the spine all the way to the neck. So let's inhale. Lift up your chest without pressing your hands down. Keep the neck in line with your spine. And then exhale. Come down. Not all the way. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale down. This time you can Gently bring the chin a little bit towards your chest so that your forehead can rest on the floor. And then bring your hands to the side. So your hands are underneath your elbows and your elbows are at the height of your shoulders. And you are on your fingertips. So again, find that length in your neck so your head is going to lift a little bit. And then press purely in your fingertips. Press. And then exhale. So the rest of your body is really awake. It's just your fingertips that are going to do the effort. And then feel how this tingles into your arms, into maybe your abdominals, maybe into your lower back. And then last time, exhale down. Make a pillow with your hands again. And this time, bring one ear on your pillow. So just to the side. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then bringing the head back to the center. Take a few breaths there. And then we're gonna, so the head is back to the center. We're gonna come a little bit higher, just for a moment. Roll to our left side. Bend your right knee. And then reach the right knee at the height of your hip. The inside of your right foot is on the floor. And now we're coming back to center. So this is the opening of the hip. It's a very passive one. And then bring your head back onto your hands. And see if you can relax your body. So we might hold and become conscious of that holding. And then as you exhale, say, okay, do I feel safe enough to release? Inhale, exhale, release. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulder. Roll to your left side, lengthen your right leg, and coming back to center. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So come up a little bit just to have a little bit more support. Roll to your right side. Bend your knee so that your knee is at the height of your hip, your ankle in line with your knee, and then move back down. So one side can be very different than the other. If it's really not comfortable, play a little bit, explore with your leg. Where can I find comfort in this pose? So this pose is a preparation, what we're doing is a preparation for frog, where both legs will be open, but we won't do that. We're not training for Cirque du Soleil. So if your hips are very flexible, it's probably a very easy pose for you. But I know it's definitely not for everybody. So 2 more breaths here. And then placing the hands under the shoulders, roll over to your right side and lengthen out your leg. Bring the arms back. Palms are facing down, so you have 2 options here, keeping the palms on the floor, or you can interlace your hands in the back. Roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades down, and then inhale, lift your chest up. So your hands are gonna pull back and your chest is gonna lift. Watch out for that neck, don't look forward, keep on looking down. Take a breath in, feel your chest gently opening. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling. If you want, you can lift your legs as well. So both legs super straight, toes are pointing back. Inhaling, exhaling. And then release. Place your feet down, your legs down. Make that pillow again with Your hands, place the other ear on it. And then to release the lower back, again, do some windshield wiping with your legs. So bending the knees and then moving from side to side. And then coming back to center, lengthening the legs. And this time, coming up, bring the elbows under the shoulders and as wide as your shoulders. So I'll just turn around so you can see. So your elbows are not here. They're really at the width of your shoulders. If you're here, you're gonna have a lot of work to be done in the chest, and what we're trying to do is to open the chest. So elbows underneath the shoulders, and then as if you were gonna pull your mat back with your forearms, start to reach your heart forward, roll the shoulders back, and this time you can look forward without too much bend in the neck, and feeling the opening in the heart. So this is also creating space in your lower back. Your pubic bone is resting on the floor, making sure that you don't go all the way forward. So this should feel good after. Maybe now it's a strange feeling in your lower back because we usually don't stretch the lower back. But this can bring a lot of relief if you have lower back issues. And then slowly coming down. Placing the hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes, and then press into your hands and come onto all fours. So tabletop position, wrists underneath the shoulder, knees underneath the hips. And we're gonna start to make circles with our hips. So moving forward, sideways, back, adjust as you need to for your wrists or for your knees. So big circles. And then changing direction, moving slowly. See if you can integrate the breath here. And then coming back to center. And now for 5 rounds of cat and cow, just to loosen the spine at all the vertebrae. We're gonna inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the tailbone down. Really press it down and feel your belly button lifting. And then press into your hands. Start to round the rest of the spine. Bring the chin to the chest so that your neck is also rounding. And then inhaling, lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly button, rolling the shoulders back, lengthening the neck, and look forward. And go at your own rhythm, the rhythm of your breath, for 4 more cats and cow. You can close your eyes to really feel your breath guiding this movement, to feel and imagine your vertebrae like moving like a wave. And I'm always amazed when I'm trying to imagine my body from the inside, how wonderful it is, what it can all do. It's genius. And then exhale last time. And then coming back to center. We're gonna bring our hands to the front, our knees a little bit more to the back. Touch your toes, and then move a little bit forward and lift your knees. So you're hovering above the floor. Don't go too high. So we're just really hovering above the floor. And then press into your hands. Press, press, press. Activate your core here. Take a few breaths in. And out, of course. And then release. Walk your hands back, come onto your knees just to release your wrists. So from here, just to give a little bit of a break to our wrist, we're gonna place our hands to our hips and then bring the left foot out. So the foot is flat on the floor. You might already feel a stretch on the inside or a limit on your hip, how far you can go. Just observing, like you are who you are. And then take a breath in and lift the right arm. So the opposite arm Inhaling, lengthen. And maybe you won't go very far as you exhale, so we're going over. Maybe you just go a little bit, but still feeling that stretch on your right side. So don't move forward. We really want to stay in one straight line. Press your left foot down. Inhaling, exhaling. And then bring the hand back down. This time, come onto your forearm. Place your forearm on the floor and lift your left leg. So we don't want to be a banana where we push the hips back. We want to be a straight line. So press your hips forward and then you can reach your left arm up. Flex your left foot so the leg is super, super straight. If your wrists are okay, you can always go higher, but I wanted to give that alternative first because we're going to do some downward dogs very soon. So lift a little bit higher and then exhale, bring both knees together and come back to center. This time, right leg goes out, so make sure your foot is on your mat, otherwise you might slip. Here also, pressing the hips forward. Maybe you feel something in your right hip now, or maybe in your quadriceps. Everybody's different, so lifting the left arm. Right hand can just rest onto your right thigh. And then exhale, go over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, over. 2 more breaths. And then exhale. And again, option, forearm on the floor or on your hand. Press your hips forward and then reach up. Open up, flex the right foot. So option on the hand. And feel your fingers, your right fingers reaching for the sky. Feel your left arm pressing into the floor and your hips moving forward. And maybe that right leg is going to lift a little bit higher. And exhale, release, and coming in. So we're going to move into a few downward dogs, and that's why we will use the wall. So as I said in the beginning, if you have a piece of wall that's just as wide as your hips, that's all we need. And we will put our legs against the wall. So yeah. So first we will find our downward dog. So spread out your fingers, straight arms, and then roll the eye of your elbows to the front. So you see that moving the eyes of the elbow to the front and feel what happens with your shoulders and your upper back. And then walk your knees a little bit back, tuck your toes. So with that eye of the elbow pointing forward, press your thumb and your index into the floor, and then start to lift your hips up and press your head in between your arms. So and maybe we've done this pose 1,000 times. And you expect to feel what you felt maybe half of them. So what you used to feel, just put it on the side. Like if you know, I'm always stretching my hamstrings here, I'm always paying attention to pressing my fingers down, like put that aside for a moment and see what else is happening in your body. So your knees are still bent here. We're lengthening the spine, bring the belly button a little bit closer to your thighs. Don't sink too much into your shoulders, so you want to have strong shoulders here. And then lengthen the left leg, bring the heel towards the floor. But don't start to round your spine. So you want to keep the upper body as you lift it with both knees bent. And then the right leg. So bending the left, lengthening the right leg. And then a few walks with your dog. And then bending both knees again, and then lifting up and exhaling. So from here, bring your feet a little bit closer. Make sure you don't see your heels. So often or the heels are inside or they're too much outside, and that has an effect on the hips. So we want to have the toes and the heels in line. Lift your right leg up as high as you can, as straight as you can, without changing your downward dog. So it's a three-legged dog. Lift it up, and maybe you're halfway, maybe you're just up. You don't want to be all crooked. You want to be strong in your downward dog. And then bring the leg back down. And then lift the left leg up and observe. Just observing, how does this feel? Is this really a challenge for me? Can I reach this? Can I press my heel back? Can I keep my upper body long? Or maybe you just want to enjoy your whole body experience here. And then bring it down. And now we're going to slowly walk our feet towards our hands and fold forward. So bend your knees if you need to. No pain in the lower back. So let your head relax. Take a deep breath in and exhale, release. So from here, we're gonna take our peace fingers, so the second and third finger, and we're gonna bring it, lift your toes, and we're gonna bring it inside our big toe, and then wrap it around our big toe. And then place your toes back down. So you're pressing with your big toe into your peace fingers. And then fold forward again. Your knees are maybe still bent, your belly rests on your thighs. And then from here, start to lengthen your leg and press your big toe into your finger. So we're gonna hold on and see how far we can go with stretching our legs. Don't force it. See if you can keep your belly onto your thighs. So it's a deeper but supported forward fold. So your toes are helping you, your fingers are helping you. Your elbows can go to the side if you want to, but roll the shoulders back. So your shoulders are not tickling your ears. So roll the shoulders back. Every exhale, we find a little bit more space. And then lift your toes, release your fingers, bring your hands onto your hips, bend your knees a little bit more, lengthen the spine, and slowly come all the way up. And shake it out. Whew. So we did the side stretch on the floor with our leg to the side. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but with our legs in mountain pose. So find your mountain pose, and we're just gonna observe like how one change, just the leg being to the side or the leg being straight, can make a whole difference of how our body moves. So let's take a breath in and a breath out. And then inhale, reach the right arm up. Inhale, lengthen. So again, creating space in your spine. And then exhale, go over. So how does this, I don't want you to compare, but just what are you feeling now? Is this better? Maybe you say, oh yeah, I thought I could go further. So that's more your ego talking. Just realize that we're now in a totally different position with our body. And that because we're here, we can move further. We can move differently. And I think that's what you can do in life as well. So what I've been concentrating quite a lot on my free time here is how can we more integrate what we learn on our yoga mat into our daily life? So just moving one part of your body and being able to move further, and then inhale back up, bring the arm down, inhale, reach the left arm up, lengthen out, and then exhale. So when we look at things differently in life, when we approach it differently in life, maybe it's going to go smoother. Sometimes we keep on fighting with the same tools and getting frustrated because we are getting nowhere. Take a step back then, observe which tools you were using, and see if you can just make a tiny little change, just one change. And then inhaling back up. And maybe you will feel differently. Inhaling, exhaling. So we're gonna do a balance pose. We're gonna do the lower part of eagle today. So eagle is with the arms. We'll do something with the arms a little bit later, but I want to focus on the legs here. So first of all, find your mountain pose. So your mountain pose should be strong. Remember, when we go into balance, we bring the mountain pose of 2 legs into 1 leg. So really getting that energy from the floor. So placing your hands on your hips and then bring the weight onto your left leg. Bend your left knee a little bit. And then lift your right leg and then wrap it around. Like really if you're sitting on a chair. So wrap it around. And for me, I can wrap my toes around. I have very long toes. If this is enough for you, you want to press your thighs together. Don't twist in your hips or don't move all the way to the side. So keep, even if our supporting leg is bent, we want to keep that strength in that mountain pose in our whole body. So if your balance is on a weekend trip, you can place your toes on the floor, just the toes, just in case you fall. Otherwise, if you're all wrapped around, or if your foot is here, then make sure you press your thighs together. As you do this, you will activate the rest of your body. Maybe you can bend your knee a little bit more. Once you're stable, you can always bring your hands to your heart, or you can make it a cactus. So strong body, strong mind here. Don't become distracted. And then place your hands back on your hips, unwrap your leg, and release. Take a breath in, a breath out. And then bend your knees again. Lift the left leg and wrap it around. So wrap it around, or toes on the floor, wherever you are. Bend your knee a little bit more. Press those thighs together. Feel your bum may be active, your core, your chest is lifting. This is not an easy balance pose. So when we do this, the full eagle pose with our arms, sometimes the focus is more on our shoulders stretch and we forget our legs. And then again, if you want, you can go into cactus, hands in front of your heart, or reach out, or you might be an eagle, just flying this time. Press your thighs together. And then release, and let go. You can shake your legs out a little bit if you want. Take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. So we're gonna go for a twist, and then we'll move on back with our downward dog. So bring the right leg for the left leg forward and the right leg back, and we're coming into a lunge. And I'm actually gonna turn so that you can see me. So left leg forward, or did I say the country? Left leg forward, right leg back. Press your heel back. Make sure that back leg is strong. So pressing the heel back a little bit more, maybe you can come down a little bit more. Hands onto your hips for now, or onto your thighs. So find that strength. And then imagine that you want to bring your both legs together. So you're squeezing towards the middle without changing anything in the position of your feet. Squeeze that and feel the strength. Take a breath in and then maybe go a little bit deeper. And now we're going to reach the arms up. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then twisting towards the left. So your right elbow comes on the outside of your left knee. Or if that's too far, place your right hand onto your left thigh and your left hand on the back. So if you have elbow, then you're gonna press the elbow into the knee into the elbow so that you can open up a little bit more. See if you can put both elbows on top of each other. Another variation is opening the arms here. So you choose where you wanna be, press the back heel back. If this is too much, by all means, bring your knee down. And then slowly coming back. Hop your right foot a little bit closer. And now lengthen both your legs and fold forward. So maybe your hand is on your thigh, your hand on your tibia. So folding forward, both legs straight, press your feet into the floor, especially the back heel. Inhale, exhale, release. Make sure your hips are parallel with the front of your mat. And then bend your both knees, place your hands onto your hips, and slowly come up and come to the front. So this time, we will bring the left leg back. So step forward with your right, step back with your left. And again, find your stability. If really your balance is not very good today, drop your knee down. Okay, we can twist from there too. It's just a little change to achieve our twist. So one thing we're changing, dropping the knee down, which is allowing us to go where you want to go, into the twist. So press your heel back. Strong leg. And then again, find that, imagine that you're pressing your legs together, back to the center, back to your hips, and then release a little bit more down. From here, reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. So again, left hand can be on your thigh, right hand on your lower back, elbow on the outside of your right leg, and then bring the elbows on top of each other, or opening up like this. Every time you inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, rotate a little bit more. Two more breaths here. And then slowly coming back, placing the fingertips down or the hands down. Hop your left foot a little bit closer, and then lengthen both legs. And then fold forward. So folding from the hip crease, rounding your spine, dropping your head, press your feet into the floor. Take a breath in, exhale, release. And slowly bending the knees, lifting the back heel, and coming all the way up. And left next to right. Okay, so if you have a wall, you can move your mat so that it's against the wall. We'll move back after. If you don't have a wall, don't worry, you can do the same thing. The only thing we're changing here is adding the wall. So I think you should be able to see me, but the main thing is to feel. The instructions will be clear. So your wall is here. We will be lifting our legs, so if there is like a frame or something, or you can avoid it, or you just take it off if you can. So inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, fold forward. Walk your hands a little bit to the front, and then walk your feet to the back. And we're gonna place the back of our heels against the wall. So I'll just show you the back of the heels. What I mean, the back of the heel is this part, not this, this part. So the top. So place that against the wall. Make sure you're in your downward dog. So adjust your hands and then press into your hands and press your hips back. Press your heels into the floor. This might feel very the same as usual. This might feel very different. So if you don't have a wall, just go into your normal downward dog. You might feel a little bit more supported here. Make sure your toes are relaxed but also supported for your pose. Make sure that you do not see your heels. So again, that we're not coming with the heels inside or outside. This is affecting our knees, which we don't want. So keeping the upper body long, so lifting the hips up. We're gonna bend the right knee and then stretch out the right leg up to the sky. So if you don't have a wall, you're just gonna stretch out your right leg. If you have the wall, you're gonna bring your toes onto the wall and then press into your hands and see if you can lengthen out. So this is a big stretch for your left leg most probably. If you're here, if you can't stretch all the way out, go where you are. So don't exaggerate, but see if you can find something new. Inhaling, exhaling. And then now, if your leg is straightened out, see if you can press your heel towards the wall. It won't touch unless you bring your leg down, but then your leg is not straight anymore. And just observe what is the intention of bringing the heel towards the wall is doing in the rest of your body. And then exhale, bring the foot down, bring the knees down, and let's come into child's pose. So bring your arms back, relax your shoulders, head down. You can have your knees wide or knees together. It's all good. So stay in child's pose for a few breaths. And then slowly coming up, reaching your hands back to the front, coming into your downward dog. So the back of the heels is against the wall. Press into your hands, bend your left knee, and then lift your left leg up. So toes onto the wall. So it's not the top of your foot, but it's you curl your toes so that you can press into the wall and then press into your hands and find the three-legged dog with the help of the wall. So again, if you're no wall, then you just lift up your leg to the sky. So take a few breaths so that you can find the pose. And then, intention to touch the left heel towards the wall. So press the heel back and feel what happens in the rest of your body. Just one little change. Inhaling, exhaling. And then gently release, and again, find your downward dog. So bring the arms to the back, releasing the wrists. And then slowly coming up. So I hope this feels good for you. So we are going to stay with the wall. I'll show an alternative if you don't have a wall. We just need the lower part of the wall. So walk back and then lift your right foot up and bring your right knee as close as you can towards the wall. You're gonna lean gently towards the right. So I'm really going towards the right. I'm gonna lift my left foot so that I can come with my left leg like this. So this might be too much for you, so stay down there. If you don't feel it, we're stretching out the quadriceps. So if this is okay, you're gonna come up. Eventually we'll be with our back against the wall, and so our foot, our heel is gonna come towards our bum, so you can direct your move with your left leg. So release if you need to. If your knees are hurting, please put a blanket or something underneath or roll your mat. But since we have the wall here, I thought we might do this. So if you don't have the wall, you are gonna do this stretch on your side. So go like this and press your hips forward, grab your foot in the back. So I'm just lifting for a moment. So grab your foot and then press your hips forward and bring your heel into your bum. It's not such a big stretch when you do it like this. The wall is definitely giving you the tool you need. So there's different ways to go into this pose. So make sure you're breathing, don't overstretch. Big muscles take a long time to recuperate, and we use them all the time. And then slowly come forward. If you're against the wall, walk your hands again towards the right, bend your left knee, bring your right knee forward. And now bring your left knee against the wall. Walk towards the left, lift your right foot and bring it forward. And then find your balance or find where your limit is. If you don't use the wall, go on to the other side and same stretch. So why is it so important to stretch the quadriceps? Where we need the quadriceps to be strong so that we can get up from our sofa, from our chair, that we can get up and down the stairs. Well, it's very good to have it strong. Strong means short muscles. So if you want to have a comfortable way of being, we want to also stretch this muscle. It is strong. We also want to stretch it because it's linked to our hips and it's linked to our knees. So if this is all too short, something has to compensate. And most probably it's going to be the back or the lower back or the belly. So we want to keep balance between the front and the back and the side of our body. So take another deep breath in and then exhale, release. Again, walk your hands over to the left side and then bring both your knees to the floor. So if you now sit into your hero pose, Virasana, which is can also be a big quadricep stretch, where you're actually sitting in between your feet. Don't do it if your knees are hurting, but this should feel much more comfortable for you. So from here, you can go away from the wall. We won't use it for now. So bring the mat again, where we can work. So placing the hands down, and we're going to go back into a downward dog. And observe how you feel in your downward dog now. So the pure pose, your downward dog, it's yours. How do you feel in this pose? Scan from your fingers as you press down. Feel the length and the energy reaching your hips. And then as you exhale from your hips, bring the length in your legs down towards your heels. So do that a few times, conscious breathing, inhaling, pressing, lengthening the upper body. Maybe the belly comes a little bit closer to the thighs. And exhaling down, one more. Inhale. And exhale. And then very slowly lift your heels, walk your feet towards the front. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees. Place your hands up to your hips, lengthen your back, and let's sit a little bit deeper. So you're gonna start to lift your upper body. We won't go all the way up, but we want to press our hips back. And then reach your arms forward. So this can be a good compensation. Your toes should be dancing here. So your toes are very light, the weight is on your heels. Maybe sit a little bit deeper. Lengthen your spine. Reach up. Reach forward with your hands. If you have anything left, to press into your feet and coming all the way up. And exhaling. Release. Inhale and a long exhale. Placing the hands onto the hips. Bring the feet quite wide. We're going into triangle. If you have a block, I would suggest for today to take it, or if you have a big book or encyclopedia or something, just put it on the side of your mat. So your feet are really wide. Press your feet down into the earth. And then observe, is it more the inside of my feet that is pressing down, or is it more the outside? So find a balance between the two, lift your kneecaps and see how that's affecting your whole body. Turn the left foot out, so the left foot is going to point towards the short side of your mat. Keep your hips facing the long side. Maybe you already have to adjust your legs. Maybe this just doesn't feel right. So explore what one little movement can do. One little change in our position, in our body, in our mind can do. Take a deep breath in. And then left hand comes into the left hip crease. So my hip is here, but my hip crease is lower. It's this soft spot that if I push on it, I feel like I'm dancing a little bit. So put your hands there, put your fingers there, and then start to press your hips back. So your right hip is going to lift, your left hip is going back. And then come back. Let's do this 2 more times. So exhale, down. Your limit will most probably be your inner thigh here. Inhale, back up. And exhale. My upper body is straight. Same distance from my armpits to my hips on both sides. And then now, place your left hand on your left thigh. See if you can press the back hip a little bit higher without collapsing in your upper body. So inhale, exhale. And now reach your right arm up, but really reaching. This is most probably going to create a little bit more strength into your upper body. And I'm saying a lot of things, and I know it's impossible to follow them all, but you got to pick up what you need today. And then the other arm goes down. So your arms are in a straight line. If you have your block or whatever, you might be able to touch the block, but don't go and reach for the block. That's not the most important. We don't want to be a banana. We want to have a straight upper body. So you can definitely keep your hand on your thigh to obtain that. And then now observe your lower back. Are we curving a little bit? Is my bum moving back a little bit? So we're going to press the upper hip forward. Press forward. This will engage your whole leg most probably. Inhale. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper now. Your core is strong. Inhaling. Going a little bit deeper. And now for a moment, those who have taken life classes with me know that I walk around and I adjust. I'll give you some indications. So, or if you have been to classes where you experience that, imagine that the teacher comes around and is doing an adjustment. Where would that be? Where do you expect it? And where is it happening? So for you, if you just imagine the pose and how you feel, like where would you want to make a little change? So auto-adjusting, I know, this is times of online teaching. Reaching up, so reaching with your heart also forward. You're almost going back as you're pressing that front hip forward. One more breath. And bend your front knee gently and coming up and exhaling to the center. Bring your feet together. Come into your mountain pose. Closing the eyes and observe. If you were using the block, move it with you. Again, separate the feet. Find that comfortable position for your feet so you can really feel the support. Hands onto your hips, and then turn the right foot out. So your heels are in one line here because we are in a straight line when our toes are pointing forward, and then we just turn back. You can also always test what it feels to lift your toes, but we want to press the feet down, have the shoulders above the hips, and then from here, right hand into your hip crease. And then very slowly start to press back as you exhale. And then inhale back 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And now make sure your upper body is long. So first of all, we want to reach our heart up. And then you can place your hand on your thigh to create a little bit more length and then reach your left arm up. Opening up, so pressing the front hip forward and opening up with the chest. Watch out for your floating ribs that they don't pop forward, which means your lower back would curve. So we want to keep the spine very neutral here. So if you have the block, you can reach for the block. You can also just reach your hand down. I'll keep it on your thigh, wherever you are in this side. So we stay here for 4 more breaths. We breathe about 12 times a minute. So I don't like to count and say seconds or how long we're going to stay. I think the breath is really a good indicator for when you practice. I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Everybody's breath cycle is different. And then bend gently your knee, come up. Bring the hands onto the hips, move the toes forward, and bring your feet together. Now, come into your Tadasana. So, from your feet, your legs, close your eyes, relax your shoulders, make sure the head is not falling forward. So, if you have that impression that you're always with your head forward, take your index finger, place it on your chin, and press. So if my head would be here, I take my index finger, I press on my chin, and I move it back. So I'm actually creating that straight line with my spine. So close your eyes, just observe your body. We have moved very slowly today. We stayed quite long times in poses. So it's a different practice. The only thing I changed is the speed of moving while teaching. So one little thing can make big differences. And then gently opening the eyes. Find a comfortable place for your legs. So if that's still Tadasana, I feel very good there. Perfect. If you want to separate your feet a little bit, you can gently bend your knees just to have a little bit more release. We're going to bring the hands onto the shoulders, and we're going to take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, rotate towards the left. So keeping the shoulders and the elbows in line. So one straight line, so you don't see my back elbow here. I'm one straight line. Watch out how far you're moving. So your hips has to remain as stable as possible, because otherwise your knees are going to catch the rotation because your feet are anchored. So the knees are not meant to do twists. So take a breath in, inhale, and then open your arms and see if that makes any difference in how you perceive this rotation. Maybe you can go a little bit further. Inhale, open the chest. And then exhale, coming back. Hands onto the shoulders. So elbows at the height of the shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate towards the right. So again, watch out for the hips that they don't rotate too much. And maybe you're here and that's totally fine. You are where you are. Everybody's spine is very different. I would say one of the reasons that I find rotations and shoulder movements and everything quite important is as we drive around, open up your arms and see if you can rotate a little bit further or what changes happen by just stretching out the arms. So when we're driving and we suddenly have to look back or there's something in the back that we're trying to grasp, we are not always paying attention how we move. And if our body is not used to make those moves, it's well possible that we're going to hurt ourselves by one little move. So let's get used to it. And then slowly coming back and release. Bending your knees slightly, placing your hands onto your thighs. Roll the shoulders back, elbows back. Press your tailbone up. So not down, I'm pressing my tailbone up. I'm curving my spine. My belly button will automatically fall down. Press your hands into your thighs. Roll your shoulders back. Look up. So it's like a cat and cow, but standing. So see if you can open your chest a little bit more. And then exhale, just for one move, very gently. Observe what happens. So this time my tailbone is going down. Probably guided by my belly this time. So my belly goes in. I'm going to turn my fingers on the inside of my thighs, bring my chin to my chest, and really rounding my spine. So my elbows are going to the side. If I keep it here, my upper back is going to remain quite flat. So if I go here and bring my chin even more to the chest and I press my hands into my thighs, I'll be able to round a little bit more, open up a little bit more. And then inhale, back to center, neutral spine, and all the way up. And exhale, release. So let's go to the front of the mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. Placing your hands onto your hips and take a step back with your right foot for warrior one. So warrior one, your feet are not on one straight line, otherwise you're like balancing. So there's a space between your feet, ideally as wide as your hips. The intention is to bring our hips parallel with the front of our mat. The back foot is slightly turned out, but find what works for you, how much you want to turn it out. So if you want to test and bring the hips a little bit more parallel, lift the back heel, turn your hips, and then press your back heel back down. So your back leg here is going to be your anchor. Bring the tailbone gently down, not for everybody. If you already have a flat back, you don't want to do that. So if you notice that you're curving your spine, then you just bring the tailbone down a little bit and explore, play a little bit with it. Inhale, exhale, start to bend your front knee. So let's slowly settle into our warrior one. So very slowly, pressing the outside of your back foot into the floor. your anchor. Your right leg is your anchor. And then press down with your left foot. Strong body, hips still facing forward. And then we're gonna add the arms. So option is to interlace the hands at the top. Hands are separated. You can come into cactus or you can keep your hands on to your hips. So whatever works for you. Just make sure that if your arms are up, that you're opening your chest. So don't close off your chest. So there's no point in clasping your hands together if you're gonna have your arms here. So we wanna reach up and then watch out for the floating ribs. Inhale, settle into the pose. So once you find that you're settled, then just observe what you're feeling. So we cannot observe if we don't settle. Inhale, exhale. Keeping your legs as they are, we're gonna exhale, bring the arms down, interlace your hands. So bend your elbows, roll the shoulders back so that you can bring the shoulder blades together and then lengthen out your arms down. So just that, it's gonna open your chest, strong legs still. Inhale, and then from your hip crease, you're gonna start to fold forward. Don't drop your shoulders back. So opening the chest is what we're looking for. Strong legs, especially the back leg, will have a tendency to come up into a balance pose. So press that back leg down. It's your anchor. So roll the shoulders back. If you want to lift your arms, that's fine. Lengthen them out, but make sure that your shoulders are coming to the center in the back. So shoulder blades glued together. And then coming on the inside of your left leg. Inhale, exhale. And then release your hands. Bring your hands on the inside of your left foot. Walk your hands towards the center as you're starting to point your toes towards the center. And then let's go to the other side. So right foot points out. Left foot point forward. Left foot slightly out. And then come up. So from here, first adjust your hips, maybe lifting your back heel, pressing it down, hips facing the front. Inhale, strong body. Exhale, anchor your left leg. Maybe you need to walk your front foot a little bit more if your knee passes the heel. Make sure your hips are facing forward as much as possible. It's never going to be a total parallel because you have one leg back. So inhale, long upper body. Exhale, press the back foot, especially the outside of the back foot into the floor. Anchor down. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Again, find what works for you, where you have that sensation. What do you want to feel in this pose? Is it the thing that you always felt? Or are you curious for something new? And if you're curious for something new, look for it. It's in there. It's there. Armpits facing forward as much as possible so your chest can be open. Settle in the pose and then observe. Maybe now it's the time to find that something new. And then exhale, and again, interlace your hands in the back. Change the interlace. We always go to the same interlace. So the other thumb comes to the front and then your fingers are going to fall. And then lengthen out. Open the chest, reach your arms down. Strong legs coming to the inside of your right leg. And you don't have to go all the way down. Like move slowly and feel. Feel what one thing, like stretching out your arms, can do. What maybe smiling here can do. Little things. Reaching your heart forward. And then slowly release. Bring the hands on the inside of your right leg. Move to the center. And this time, let's bring our feet a little bit closer. Toes pointing out and coming in onto our feet. If comfortable, you can sit like this. Otherwise, sit on a block or sit on the floor. Ideally, you're sitting on a block so we can find that opening into the hips. Open your arms and lengthen your upper body. So press your arms into your legs, opening the hips here. It's a lot of power being used here. So opening, lengthening, and then bring the palms together, pressing a little bit more. And then release, bring the hands in the back, and lengthening out the legs to the front. So let's sit straight for a moment. If you are close to the wall, you can definitively move back to your wall, but make sure, and I don't know if you, I'll exaggerate the move so you can see me, don't sit like this, okay? So you see, like this. I want to really sit against the wall. If you don't have the wall, don't worry. You can do the same thing, it's just a little bit harder. So if you're against the wall, you want to lengthen your upper body. So this is going to be a little bit easier because you have the support of the wall. Your legs are very active, your toes are pointing up. And then inhale, reach your arms up. So not everybody will be able to touch the wall here, and that's fine. Find a little bit more length, so as if you want to reach a little bit higher. Not just with your shoulders reaching your ears, but from your tailbone all the way up. Inhaling. So if you have no wall, then you just reach up and you're gonna have to work a little bit more. And then exhale, reach forward. So maybe this is gonna be easier as you've been really finding that length with the reference of the wall. Exhale, folding forward. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen out. So if you grab your toes, your ankles, your legs, if you have a strap, you can always use a strap. Inhale, lengthen your spine, roll the shoulders back. If this is too much for your hamstrings, gently bend your hamstrings. And you should know by now, if your hamstrings are short, you're working on it, but place a little towel so that you can still push down with your legs, but not going to a complete stretch. Inhale, exhale. And then very slowly coming back up. Moving back away from the wall, or you can stay close to the wall. It's not that important. We're going to go for one twist and then we'll move totally down. So bring your right leg in, your left leg is straight. We're going to do a very gentle open twist, so we're not going to twist towards our bent knee, we're going to twist to the other side. So make sure you're sitting straight. If you need, sit on a blanket. If you're against the wall, lengthen your spine against the wall. If you're against the wall, instead of placing the hand in the back, you can place your hand on the top or on the side of the wall, depending on how much space you have. Or you just want to get off the wall, that's okay. So inhale, reach your left arm up and find that length again that we found when we were against the wall. And then bring the arm in the back. So already we have a little twist here. And then bend your right elbow and place it on the inside of your knee. So don't collapse in your upper body. Inhale, lengthen. Press your right elbow into your right knee and your right knee into your right elbow. And with that strength, with that help of our body, we're going to rotate. You can look to the back, lower your back shoulder a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Two more breaths here. So find length with your inhale, release, and rotation with your exhale. And then slowly coming back. And gentle counter rotation. And then change sides. So you want to bring the foot as close as possible to your body. You can use it for your first lengthening out. Hold on to your leg to start. Right leg very active, toes pointing up. Reach your right arm up. Inhale, lengthen, exhale. Right hand in the back. Inhale, lengthen, left elbow on the inside. And already there, don't drop your knee out. So press your knee into your elbow into your knee, and open up. Open up. So normally you can pinpoint exactly where you're doing the rotation. But depending how straight you are, you might feel the rotation more upper, middle, or lower back. So we want to find rotation everywhere, so really moving from the tailbone like a spiral all the way up. So becoming conscious of the importance of a very neutral spine when we're doing this. One more breath. And then exhaling, release, gentle counter rotation. And coming back to center. Bring both legs to the front. Keep the knees slightly bent. And then very slowly we're going to roll all the way down. I'm just going to move my mat a little bit so you can see me. So moving all the way down, bring the knees into the chest. Separate your knees wider than your hips. Your feet can be relaxed, don't worry about them. And then we're gonna open the knees towards the side, move them forward. So one hand on each knee, and then bring them back again. And then bring them towards your chest. So making circles with your hips, move slowly. And exhaling back to the chest. So one more time in this direction. And then we're going to change direction. So inhale, bring your knees are together at your chest. So inhale, bring your knees forward together. Open up as you exhale and coming back. Inhale, exhale. Don't hesitate to exhale through the mouth by now. One more time. And then for a moment, bring your knees closer to your chest, both ones. Place your hands below your knees or behind your thighs. Inhale, press down. And then see if you can bring your tailbone down. So you're going to curve your spine, but curving to a natural spine. When we bring the knees in, we're lifting the tailbone. And so we're rounding our back. And now we want to do that reverse position. So your knees are probably going to leave your chest a little bit and curving and back down. So very good movement for lower back issues. Just pay attention depending on what issue you have in the lower back. You don't want to force maybe going rounding or going curving, but staying conscious with this movement, it's going to bring trust to your back. And very slowly you'll find the mobility again. But watch out if you have inflammation, you don't want to do this if you have inflammation in the lower back, or you don't want to move when there is inflammation. Inflammation has to go away before you start to move and exercise that body part. Let's bring our left foot down. So left knee is bent, right hand on the right knee, and open up the right hip. Compensate with the left knee, so the left knee can fall out to the left. So opening up. If you can bring your right knee at the height of your hip, go for it. But your foot is lifted, so our foot is not on the floor. Your left foot is on the floor. You can gently press with your left hand on the inside of your thigh, opening up the hip. So we're not forcing it here. We're just bringing that weight of our right hand to open it up. And then slowly coming back to center. Lengthen your left leg. Take your left hand on your right knee. Open your right arm to the side and now go over very gently. We're slowing down, so it's not about going to maximum stretches. Keep both shoulders on the floor for now. So both shoulders are on the floor. The more you move your right knee towards the side, most probably the more you're gonna feel the opening in your chest. If your right knee easily touches the floor and your shoulders are still down, perfect. What else are you feeling? Explore. How can I move something so I feel something different today? And then slowly coming back to center. The right knee is bent, place the right foot on the floor, bring the left knee into the chest. Sorry. Place your left hand onto your left knee and open the left knee towards the left. Right hand on the inside of your right thigh and compensate so that we can open up. Again, don't pull onto your left knee. We want to just gently release slowly. So ideally we would stay here for, I would say, 10-15 breaths. So that at a certain moment, your hips, your groin area is going to understand that it can release. For that, it needs to feel supported. So if we would stay longer here, we definitely put blankets or pillows underneath so that we can slowly release, but still continue guiding with our left hand. And then slowly coming back, lengthening the right leg. Right hand on the left knee, open the left arm, and then again, opening, going with the left knee towards the right. Focus on the shoulders. See how far you can get. Maybe your upper arm, your right upper arm is on the floor, so extra support. Finding that trust to let go. A few more breaths here. And then slowly releasing, coming back, placing the left foot down, bending the right knee, placing the right knee down. Lift your bum for a moment. Place your hands underneath your bum with the palms down. So find a comfortable position. We're going to protect our lower back. Bring the knees up just above the hips and then start to lengthen out your legs. So if you need to lower your legs a little bit to have them straight, go for it. Press your heels away from the floor. So as now the lower back is almost isolated from every movement we do. Take a breath in, maybe lift your legs a little bit more. And then exhale, lower them a little bit. Inhale, lift them a little bit. We're slowly going down, like the two steps forward, one step back. With control, exhaling, work with your breath. Watch out for your belly that it doesn't start to pop up as a compensation. So work with the deep core muscles here. Where are they? Inhaling, exhaling. If you're already down, we're joining you now, so going down. Lift your right bum, take your hand out, lift your left bum, take your hand out. Widen your legs as wide as your mat and place your hands onto your hip bones, so on the top of your hips, and move your feet a little bit. So feel the moving of the feet all the way into your hips. So where femur comes into your hip sockets, your knees are just following. Knees are followers. And then flop your feet out. Press into your hands, press into your head, press into your head, lift your shoulders, roll them back and down. So really opening the chest and then come down, and you're probably way too high here. So just wiggle a little bit, but don't come back into your old position where your shoulders are too high. And then bring your arms about halfway between your hips and your shoulders. So halfway. Should feel very natural now that you have positioned your shoulder blades and your shoulders in the back. And then inhale and exhale, release. Really breathe out through your mouth. Let it go. And maybe in your Shavasana, you need to make one little change to find the rest position. Maybe you need to make zero change. You're already there today, because every day is a different day. So staying conscious of everything we do, being aware of our words, our actions, our moves, without judgment. Awareness is the first step. If we're aware that we're doing something good, something not so good, we will remember for future and not to take the same direction or to continue taking that same direction. So becoming aware of your body now, not in a thinking awareness, just a feeling awareness. If your mind is still taking over, just bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the air coming in and the air coming out. Relax all the muscles of your face, your forehead and your jaw, your eyelids, your ears, your nose, your lips. Relax, relax. And trust the earth to support you. Allowing to let go of any holding. So in the luxury of your home, if you have the need to stay longer, and you can stay longer here, please give yourself that gift. If you only have 5 or 10 minutes a day to do yoga, do Shavasana. It's bringing it all together. The more you bring your yoga into your daily life, the more your Shavasana will feel like the Shavasana after a conscious practice. If you want to get out, start to deepen your breath, reconnecting without too much force, but reconnecting. Feeling the air coming in and the air coming out. And moving the toes, maybe the ankles, moving the feet, maybe again from side to side so that their hips begin to move a little bit. And then moving the fingers, opening, closing the hands, moving the wrists, and maybe gently bending the elbows and placing your hands on your belly. So your belly feels your hands there and you feel your breath coming in and out. Then placing one hand on your chest and feel that whole breathing, chest and belly working together to keep us alive. And if you want, moving your head from side to side, moving all the muscles in your face, making some faces. The most important is a big smile. It's going to activate everything in your face, your heart, your body. Big smile, and then exhale, letting go. Inhale, stretch out your arms, stretch out your legs. Keep that smile and stretch it out. Maybe move a little bit. And then exhale, bring your knees into your chest and then roll over to one side. And again, stay on that one side as long as it feels good, as long as you want. And then very slowly making your way to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed, your awareness towards your body, towards your heart, your mind, and your breathing. Then bring the arms to the side. So connect with your breath. Your breath is going to guide your movement. So as you inhale, feel as if your arms are floating up by the air you're taking in. So inhale. And when your inhale is finished, then bring your palms together in front of your heart. As you exhale, gently tuck your chin. May your thoughts be peaceful, your words kind and respectful, and may your heart always be filled with love. Thank you so much for sharing your practice, your time, your energy. I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.